All right, guys, so next we're going to be talking about isosceles triangles, which takes some of the knowledge that we talked about in Skill 6 with our triangles and applies it to a very special kind of triangle. And this triangle is called an isosceles triangle, and every isosceles triangle is special because two of the sides are the same, right? So this side here is the same as this side here, and the angles that go next to those sides are the same too. And how I always like to remember it is these triangles have a line of symmetry. Okay, the same way my face is divided right down the middle and the left side of my face looks the same as the right side of my face, this triangle is also divided right down the middle. Okay, so this side here, right, we've got one of these that's marked the same as on the left, one of these that's marked the same as on the right, so it's divided exactly in half. Same thing with these angles. This angle's over here, we need a matching angle over here. So since this angle is 50, this angle will also be 50. And this problem can be rearranged around to where an X is down there, so you need to be really careful drawing in your line of symmetry. Okay, so now this is just a problem just like we did in the video for Skill 6, right? Every single triangle, the angles add up to 180. And after we drew our line of symmetry, we now know all three angles. We've got 50, 50, and X. And it's equal to 180. Subtract 100 from both sides, and we get our answer.
So we're still dealing with an isosceles triangle. And the visual way to know that this is isosceles is I see the congruent mark on two sides. And every isosceles triangle has two congruent marks. But oh my God, it's on its side. So which two angles are congruent? The way I also like to decide which two angles are congruent is by starting on the congruent side, and you can go across the whole triangle to the opposite angle. That's one of your congruent angles. I'm going to start on the other congruent side. I'm going to go across the triangle, and I'm going to find the other opposite angle. Now this also works with the symmetry idea Mr. Matthews talked about. If we draw our line of symmetry, we'll see our two sides, and we see our matching angles over there. But now this time we don't know what our two congruent angles are, but we know this is x, and they have to be the same. So we can use the same variable, x, to represent that angle. Now, since both of these are the same variable, we're allowed to go right into solving an equation. It's a triangle, so it's still equal to 180. And now I see 40 plus x plus x. 40 plus x plus x. Now my like terms are my variables instead of just numbers. So I'll have 40 plus 2x equals 180. We'll subtract 40 from each side. 2x will equal 140. We'll divide each side by 2. And x will equal 70. And you can always check this by asking yourself, does this make sense? If I go back and fill in 70 and 70, you know you did it correct if it all adds up to 180. 70 plus 70 is 140, plus 40 is 180. You know we have our correct answer.